Hey, my friend, what's going on? Crypto is going up right now. Happy New Year. We are in the new year. Super excited where things are going. Let me know, are you excited for the path of cryptocurrency right now? This is the new year, guys. This is the year that everything changed. Um, a lot of stuff is going to happen this year. So I want to share with you one of the video I was watching earlier and how right now, if you are one of the people that has cryptocurrency, you're about to change your life because there's a wealth transfer that's happening right now. And we are going to be the people that own this asset class. You going to be turning into the new era, the new millionaires. That's the new money that's being created right now, the transfer of wealth. And you want to set yourself and your family in position for you to win. It's crazy. I was telling people about this stuff in 2017 when I first learned about it. We could have seen the future. People was talking about Bitcoin being 100,000, and then it was like 5,000. A lot of people was like, "There's no way we can get to that number." But now it's hovering around 97. It already hit 100K. It came down, but already break that. So you know it's possible. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time on my crypto channel, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to learn how I trade cryptocurrency and how I have people creating cash flow. You're going to see a training in the description. Look for the training and check it out. But let's look at this video here real quick.
Not just one, but multiple strategic locations such as Greenland and the Panama Canal. Here with us now, Anthony Pompliano, Professional Capital Management founder and CEO. And you say he should also be looking at buying as much Bitcoin as possible. Why?
Well, if you think about what he's trying to do here, right, is he's basically looking at strategic reasons to acquire physical property in order to advance the American ideals, ethos.
As we can see, since Donald Trump actually got elected, Bitcoin started going on a rampage, including Dogecoin, because of what happened with Elon Musk. If you watch his inauguration, not actually when he won, if you actually watch his speech, he spoke a lot about Elon Musk. And these guys, they are cooking together to make this stuff happen. It's crazy.
And strategies. Well, what about the digital world? We live in a digital world. And so if you're going to go after the Panama Canal, there's obviously strategic reasons to do that. Greenland as well. Owning Bitcoin is digital real estate. There's only 21 million that will ever exist. We know other countries are mining, buying, holding Bitcoin. And so are we going to let these other countries be the leader, or are we going to be the leader? And I think that's really the decision they have to make.
What do you say to people who say it has had a massive run? Mentally, it's difficult to kind of get on board at these levels when we know where it's been. And we've also seen that volatility. Somebody very smart told me, well, take 2% and just money that, you're willing to risk and put it in. I still find that difficult to do.
If you go back to the 1980s or 1990s, buying the S&P 500 was real scary. But
yeah, I mean, right now, a lot of people still find it crazy at the numbers that Bitcoin is right now because it's so expensive now. They feel like, they kind of too late to the game. But it's really, if you're looking at the trajectory of BTC, of what it's done in the last 12 years since its inception in 2008, you can see even when you buy the high, if you have a long-term perspective, those high become lows. I remember, buying this stuff at like 21,000, and it was like the high. That was in 2017. That was the high of it. But if you was buying it then, when it dropped to 5,000, it took like 4 years in order for you to see those numbers again in 2021. But you would feel like, oh my God, I buy the high. That's why you see people like MicroStrategy, all these guys, they just keep buying because they understand the fact that BTC is an asset that's deflationary. And one, it's also like a lot of people, there's only 21 million that's going to be mined, and there's a bunch of people that lost their Bitcoins already. So it already puts you at an advantage, which is totally crazy.
You were a genius if you did it in hindsight. And so same thing here with Bitcoin is you can look backwards and see how high it rose. But if you look forward and say, well, if this continues, which we have every reason to believe it will, buying today is the second best time to buy because the first best time was yesterday. And if we keep waiting, it's only going to get worse and worse. And so I think...
I hear you. It's just hard to pull the trigger.
Of course. And that's true of all financial assets, right? I mean, think of a real estate market. People will go and they'll say, oh my God, I could have bought 5 years ago. Now it's at this price. I just can't wrap my head around that. Well, if you wait 5 more years, the dollar is going to continue to be devalued. And so usually if you decide, hey, I want to own something, go ahead and buy it.
Anthony, crypto investors and crypto companies are obviously very excited about a Trump presidency. We now know that Coinbase, Kraken, Ripple, and MoonPay have all donated money to the Trump-Vance inauguration. What does the
Yeah, like you mentioned before, guys, you're never gonna know the tap. Like if you're trying to get into the game of crypto, you're never gonna know the exact tap or being able to buy the exact tap. The key is, to have some of your asset, some of your income in that asset class, whether you buy it every week or every now and then, whatever you want. This is not financial advice, but being able to track the market. If you haven't been in the game, if it's like your first time getting cryptocurrency, you're more likely not gonna know the tap, because most people don't know the actual tap when it's gonna be in. But if you have a long-term vision, the stuff that you buy now in the future, it's gonna be worth something. Like for example, if you're doing college saving funds for your kids, like that is like, if you, instead of putting money in the bank, if you save your kids like $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000, by the time they go to college, that $30,000 is gonna be worth like maybe 5,000. It's like housing right now. If you look at housing right now, if you look at the housing game, is houses that was $100,000, 30 years ago. Right now you gotta buy those houses at 400 grand, 500 grand. So with the asset, with the dollar, with the inflation that's happening with the dollar, well, guess what? If you save the dollar, by the time you wait till the years to come, your money is not worth that much. It doesn't have that much buying power. Compare getting into an asset like like Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrency assets, which have the potential of going higher.
Trump-Vance time in office over the next 4 years, what has that done to the trajectory of where Bitcoin could go?
Well, I think about 50% of the value they bring to the table has already been captured, because really it was just awakening America to this idea that technology is good, business is good, free markets are good, capitalism is good. Bitcoin is the most free market asset that we have. And so out of nowhere, we went from a world where I think a lot of people were saying, hey, is the future actually brighter than the past? To now they're saying, oh, wait a second, we are going to put business-oriented people into the White House and into the administration. Let's go, right? And so you hear things like it's morning in America, people saying it's time to build, etc. Now, what I do think is interesting about these businesses is it's actually showing not that crypto is different, it's that crypto companies are the same as non-crypto companies. If you look at Amazon and Facebook and many others, they're also donating $1 million to this inauguration fund. And so it used to be a world where there was kind of like the adults in the room and then the crypto little kids were playing kind of in the corner. But now all of a sudden you're realizing that these crypto companies are showing up and they're saying, look, we are no different than these big multi-billion dollar, $100 billion companies. We also are going to donate. We have a seat at the table. And so it's really crypto growing up more than it is these other people.
And that's the key, guys. If you looking at crypto, the people actually are the one that give value to the currency at this. That's why it's decentralized. It's not just the government that print as much as they want. If we say as a people collectively, as the world come together, you have government that are buying it, you have other countries that are buying cryptocurrency, you have so many people invest, so many entrepreneurs invest into it, and we see the value behind it. Guess what? It keeps increasing in value. So therefore, people used to think that if you have one BTC, like how you gonna buy a house? You cannot buy a cup of coffee. But when you really understand the aspects of cryptocurrency, you understand that Bitcoin is look like, it's like you have gold. It's like the reserve of gold. So if you want to buy something, you're not just going to go to the store and come with a brick of gold and, okay, let me get a cup of coffee. Like, it's not going to happen. So you're going to have to change your gold into actual money and then take that money and buy whatever you want. But gold is a store of value because we all collectively, as a people on this planet, we agree that this is a rare item. This is something that we all agree is good. And we agree that diamond is worth more than it, right? So if you have a ton of gold and a ton of diamond, we agree that diamond is rarer than gold. So therefore, we give it a higher value. So people, we collectively agree to the value of these things. So with the service that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, the blockchain provide. We agree as a people collectively in the world, we can see that this stuff is valuable to us. It allows us to transact with each other all over the world without the interference of the bank, without the wait, without the time frame, and being able to allow you to move a lot faster money all across the world. So this stuff is changing. If you're not in, you're going to miss out big time. Big time.
He has to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, or else they turn on him.
I do think that that is a potential risk. And so, look, if you look at the administration, Trump owns Bitcoin and crypto. J.D. Vance owns Bitcoin, I believe. There's a lot of people in the administration.
You should have a government that has crypto.
Appointed people. And so
and
these
if you
are
don't have
Bitcoiners to a degree, or crypto holders that are going into the office. They're likely to go ahead and buy.
Well, they're going to get criticized for that.
They may get criticized for it, but also if you look at it right now, what is the United States doing? We're buying bonds, we're holding other assets. We have a president that's currently in office, and also politicians who are literally day trading assets. Yep. And so it's different, right? I think the big story of 2025 is going to be that crypto has now grown up and is part of the traditional financial system. And there's pros and cons to that, but now we have a seat at the table. You saw that in the political arena in terms of donations and influence. But you also now are going to see it in the financial arena, and that is going to be a huge tailwind, I think, for Bitcoin and crypto in 2025.
Does that include all crypto?
So you definitely want to be part of the game. If the government, those people that's running the country, they have access to this thing. And if they create the Federal Reserve Fund for crypto with Bitcoin, if Donald ended up doing that, just imagine how crazy we're going to go up. Like, we at 100 grand, this thing can go to 200-300 grand. Crazy. Like, the numbers are gonna be insane, because if they turn BTC into the actual Federal Fund, Reserve Fund, they have to have it on their balance sheet. They have to buy a lot more of it. Like, they have to own a lot more of it, which that's gonna create what's called a supply shock, because it's not that much Bitcoin to go around. There's only 21 million that's been made, and many of them has been lost, and you cannot create more just because you want more. It's just like someone who work per hour. When you work per hour, there's only 24 hours in a day. The only way you make more money is by increasing the value of your time. So if you want more Bitcoin, the only way to get more is by increasing the amount that Bitcoin is worth. You cannot make more Bitcoin. So therefore, it has to go up. So just like someone that has a regular job, if you work $10 an hour, if you want to make more money, you can only make $240 for the whole day. That's because only 24 hours in a day. Now, if you want to make more money, you got to increase the value of your time, which if you was getting paid $10 an hour, now you push it to get paid $20 an hour, $30, $100 an hour, $1,000 an hour. That will put you in a different bracket. Kind of the same strategy here with Bitcoin. So if you don't have much, you definitely got to get you some of that Bitcoin money. Anyway, guys, appreciate you for watching this video. Let me know what you think down below. Things are changing. If you would like to learn how to trade cryptocurrency, I have a community where I teach people. I give you the skill set. I teach you the stuff that we are doing. A lot of my students are crushing it. We are making daily cash flow, daily money with crypto. Get us a link down below. Click it. You can join my community, and you can learn exactly how you can be part of this movement that's happening right now. You can learn about the move before they happen. I keep you updated inside of the chat, inside of the group. We keep crushing it together. So let's go get it. I look forward to see you inside of the chat, and see you guys on the next video. Let's go.